Nickelodeon, one of the most iconic and recognizable brands in television history. Known for its countless memorable shows, it was home to some of the most creative programming ever made. But above all, it's synonymous with its biggest hit, SpongeBob SquarePants. The show needs no introduction, as it only propelled Nickelodeon to greater heights, but also, ironically, became the catalyst for its decline. It all seemed so sudden, didn't it? After the 2000s, the channel lost its charm almost overnight. What happened? What caused the creativity and magic behind the orange splat to disappear? Did the people at Nickelodeon stop caring? Were they simply burnt out? Well, the answer traces back to a single event, a marathon that went disastrously wrong, an event Nickelodeon would rather erase from history. But despite their attempts to bury it, the fallout lingered, tarnishing their reputation and marking a decline in the quality of their shows. This remains one of the most infamous scandals in television history. We're talking about none other than the ultimate SpongeBob Sponge Bash. On July 17th, Nickelodeon hosted a special event to celebrate the 10th anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants. The marathon featured segments like Top 10 Picks, showcasing fan-favorite episodes, and Celebrity Favorites, where stars shared their favorite episodes, like Jerry Trainer, who highlighted Muscle Ball Buff Pants. And last but not least, the premiere of 12 brand new SpongeBob episodes, with the most anticipated and heavily promoted being To SquarePants or Not to SquarePants, which was also the first episode that launched the event and the first one to premiere out of all the other new episodes. With this insane marketing campaign, this marathon was designed to be Nickelodeon's biggest and most memorable celebration, a landmark event in the channel's history. However, something went wrong. And by wrong, I mean horribly wrong. And while the event did certainly become one of Nickelodeon's most talked about events, it wasn't for the reasons they had hoped.
Something deeply troubling was happening behind the scenes of the animation studio. As SpongeBob SquarePants skyrocketed in popularity ever since the early 2000s, the studio became consumed by an insatiable hunger for profit, profits that had to be made quickly, no matter the cost. And the ones who paid the price were the hardworking animators and staff. With SpongeBob's growing fame came swelling egos and unchecked arrogance among studio executives. By 2009, as the marathon approached, the relentless demand for more SpongeBob content translated into increasingly harsh working conditions. The atmosphere in the studio allegedly became unbearable. Employees described an environment where management was dismissive, deadlines that were just ridiculous, and staff that were overworked to the brink of exhaustion. The mental toll was immense, and the stress seeped into every frame of animation, part of the reason why the show's quality noticeably declined during this era. But this unsustainable cycle wouldn't and couldn't last forever. Enter Armand Raphael Ramsey. Armand joined Nickelodeon around 2003, and at first he was welcomed warmly by the staff and colleagues who would later become his friends. But as the years went by, the worsening attitude and toxic environment within the studio began to take a heavy toll on him. The relentless stress, the impossible deadlines, and the blatant disregard for the well-being of employees started to wear Armand down. His personality began to deteriorate. He became bitter, often wishing the worst for those around him, without even realizing what he was saying. Sleepless nights became the norm, and the overwhelming pressure even led to hallucinations. He could no longer endure it. The stress, the abuse, and the suffocating mantra of "more SpongeBob" echoing through every corner of the studio. To Armand, every employee had been reduced to nothing more than lifeless tools. Machines programmed to churn out profit, their voices silenced, their struggles ignored. Armand made a decision. Enough was enough. Together with a group of trusted friends he had met at the studio, Armand devised a plan for revenge. They knew the ultimate SpongeBob Sponge Bash would attract millions of eyes to Nickelodeon, making it the perfect stage for their message. Their goal was clear: sabotage the marathon and expose the harsh reality behind the cheerful facade of the channel. They were determined to show the true face of Nickelodeon, no matter the consequences.
Más tarde